On the island of Newfoundland, upon the southwest coast, lies the little town of Virgil, to whom I'll sing this toast. There are so many highlands that lie just off her shore, and when the cold north wind blows, you can hear the billows roar. The people from the village make their living from the sea. They like their independence. It shows that they are free. Some fish in their small boats in the wind, the rain and sleet, while others make their living on the offshore trawler fleet. They've known their share of tragedies down through the years, and when the memories overcome, they show their grief with tears. For they have lost some loved ones to the furies of the seas, for heartaches and heartbreaks are locked in memories. This village has got beauty carved on its rugged shore. 7 miles of pure white sand. Who could ask for more? The mountains and the valleys where the rivers run so fast, and the salmon rise to the sportsman's fly as he makes another cast. Tell the people of this village love their native home, for anyone who goes away most surely will return. Just like that lifelong mystery, the answer you won't know. What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul? What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul?
Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have summer camps at the school and the arena, hometown celebrations with June Iscock and Dorm Keating. Please stay tuned for these stories after this. Be a part of the world's largest coffee break. The Alzheimer's Society is currently looking for individuals or organizations to host coffee break. On September 18, 2008, you can make your coffee count by inviting co-workers, families, and friends to make a donation in exchange for their coffee. Your participation makes an ordinary ritual become a significant gesture. For more information, please contact Sherry Umber at 639-3311. Student summer camps are now up and running. There is one taking place at the school and one taking place at the arena. SWAF students Alicia Batcher and Danielle Strickland, along with Canada Job student Alicia Ann and Caitlin Marsden, are looking after the school summer camp, and SWAF student Gabrielle Pink and Canada Summer Job student Bradley McCullough are looking after the arena summer camp. Each day the students have different themes to work with. On Friday mornings, both camps meet at the school and enjoy a special day. Department of Fisheries and Oceans wish to advise anglers that a variation order has been issued to vary the size of winanish that is permitted to be retained from 60 centimeters to 90 centimeters. This order came into effect on July 9, 2008. Closed times for combined species of trout and winanish is January 1st to January 31st, April 16th to May 14th, September 8th to December 31st. Daily limits for combined species of brown trout, speckled trout, brown bill trout, and winanish is 12 fish, or 2.25 kilograms plus 1 fish, whichever is reached first. Position limit is double the daily limit. June Iscock and Durham Keeping of the Burgeo Museum and Heritage Committee came by the studio and discussed some of their upcoming activities that they are now involved in. Tonight in our studios, we have June Iscock and Durham Keeping to discuss the Burgeo Hometown celebrations. So June, you got the Burgeo Hometown celebration stuff coming up real soon, eh?
Yes, next weekend. Can't believe we've been working on this for a year, and now it's finally next Friday and Saturday.
So what kind of activities do you have planned for this event?
Well, I would think that our big focus is going to be the music and the talent that is in our community. Of course, you've been reading the information about Craig Young and his successes in the music industry, as well as Jill Porter. And then what we did as a group was we applied for some funding through Heritage Canada, Newfoundland and Labrador Arts Council, Music Industry Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, Ocean Knit and Canadian Parks and Wilderness, and the town of Burgeo have all contributed to help us and our group to be able to showcase the talent in our own community. So it's not so much about how many people we can pack into the arena next weekend. It's about the fact that we are going to be able to celebrate the music, the art, the crafts of all of the people from our area on the southwest coast, you know, whether they're living away doing their work now or whether they live right here in town.
Okay, very good. So you say your museum committee is the one that's involved with this?
Yes, it is.
And aren't you also involved with the Tidy Town stuff for the Burgeo?
Yes, we are. Maybe Durham could speak to that.
Yes, we are. Yes, we're in our second year now, coming around for Tidy Towns. It's an understanding that any community that's up and going and up and growing needs to be a part of something green, and Tidy Towns promotes that, and it's all good stuff. It promotes a clean environment, and when you get the traveling public coming in and they see a clean town, it increases tourism and community spirit when people have pride in their community, and it makes for a good place to raise a family and a good place to retire. So Tidy Towns came about again through our little museum association. We saw the need that you couldn't be just heritage and museum without having some finger committees and Tidy Towns and arbor beautification, and to come alongside with other green organizations within the province. So.
Oh, okay. So what time do you expect the Tidy Towns to be going on here, like the inspectors coming to that?
In August, actually. They'll be coming around in August like they did last year, and they'll be looking at people's properties and giving us little pointers of where we can improve signage and improve garbage cans, where we put garbage cans, and help us to work alongside with other green organizations like Ocean Knit and organizations like that's promoting green and good stewardship of the ecology and recycling and things like that.
Okay, very good. So, Jim, what other activities do you have going on for this hometown celebrations?
Well, during Friday and Saturday, the doors open at 1 o'clock. We have a call out to the general public now around the area in Burgeo that if they would like to display artwork or if they would like to sell their crafts, that we have tables available. They're just $10 a day, or you could just purchase a $20 bracelet and you could have your table and go to all the shows that are there. So from 1 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on both Friday and Saturday, there's going to be a number of things going on. There's going to be Mom's Kitchen Mug Up, so we're having homemade food that we can serve, and coffee and tea and juices and water for people. And then we also have a Terry Riley family entertainment show for ages 4 to 104, and that's going to be available there. We also have a music session that's going to be featuring Travis Durnford, a woman who's a folk and blues performer from Corner Brook. Sandy McKinnon is going to, and other people will be invited to take part in kind of like a music circle, similar to what we did at the community center last year for our first one, except that this year it's in a little bit of a bigger venue. And then, so then we have all the art and displays set up. And then on Saturday afternoon, there will be a professional development workshop with Craig Young and Jill Porter. Now, anybody is interested in the music or hearing Craig tell his story and Jill, or if they're budding musicians, like anybody who's interested in hearing that can come and listen to what they have to say. That'll maybe be like an hour or an hour and a half. So that'll be going on, like say, in one corner of the rec center for the interested people. And there's going to be all kinds of challenges and activities, environmentally friendly. We'll have a scavenger hunt. There's skipping rope contests. We're trying to do a lot of recycled art and craft displays as well. So local artist Karen Pink will be there displaying her artwork, but also working with people who might want to do some painting on recycled cardboard and different things that she works with. So that's the kind of gist of it, where we're doing a lot of things during the afternoon, and there's something for everybody. The museum staff and committee members, volunteers have been working towards, not sure if you noticed, one little thing that Dora missed chatting about was our beautification project with our landmarks. You know, you might have noticed, or the residents might have noticed, we've put up some history boards. And so what we're hoping to do at our hometown celebration is also to have some history boards, so that when people come here for the first time or they're coming back home, they can also at the rec center for Friday and Saturday be almost like they're in the museum, because there will be a lot of information and pictures to look at, that kind of thing. On Friday, there's also a bass and drums demonstration that we think is going to be quite fun to end off that Friday afternoon matinee. Then in the evenings, the Friday night, 7 o'clock, there's a talent spotlight. So anyone who's interested in being on that talent spotlight can let us know. We'll have posters around and a call on the BBS as well about that. That's from 7 to 9 on Friday night. And then following that will be Jill Porter Band and some of the people who would have been on the talent spotlight may be a part of the Jill Porter show as well. So that's an event on Friday night. Then Saturday night we will be, you know, acknowledging the success of Craig Young, who's won 4 awards in the Canadian country music business, and Jill Porter, and then also other people for Saturday night's big event. We would have Travis Durnford, who's, you know, released his gospel CD, so he's going to be doing some songs. We have Terry Raleigh and Camp Starfishers singing a Come Home Year song. We have publisher Clyde Rose coming home to read some poetry. And then all of this will culminate with Bob McDonald Band. Rebecca Young is going to be a guest with her brother Craig, and so I think it's just going to be just a wonderful 2 days of a whole lot of things going on. And always I had to the posters more to be sure, because you know somebody might just walk up to us and say, well, I didn't really know I could go up and sing a song, so can I, you know, and we'll try to accommodate that.
Okay. And also there's the thing at the parish hall for Amy House.
Well, yes, we were putting our project together and starting to get the advertising out, and Amy House is a woman that I've known in the music industry in St. John's. Of course, she is a comedian and a beautiful actress, and she has been doing this scratch and pull. It's a piece of comedy theater, and so she asked me if she could add on her show during our celebration. So it's going to be between 9 and 10. It's just a little over an hour, so it'll be Friday night, 9 o'clock at the parish hall. Now, some of you may have seen Amy on the CBC when she did this show, and of course it's very funny and all about the tickets and sort of stuff like that. So that's happening as well.
Okay, very good. Darwin mentioned about the museum members, but how many museum members are there now?
We have 4 to 5 active members, 5 that really that are active, and a couple in the background. And we have some resource people that we pull upon for special events like the Santa Claus Parade and stuff like that. And we meet sporadically, usually once a month during the winter months, and gear up on certain projects and come together. And everybody brings their own talent, and we're moving forward to becoming a little more educated, each and every one of us. I've gotten off myself to St. John's and did a small course in museum management, and yet we've had the folks from St. John's come in and do a workshop for our committee, and so it's all good stuff. It's about bringing us on board with mainstream museums across Canada, and it's all good stuff. We're archiving, we're putting all our stuff on CD, and doing a list of what we have, and learning how to do our collections and do inventory, and how to manage our collections. So we have 4 or 5 full-time active, and 3 or 4 that are in the background, support people, and we're open to more the merrier. We're open for new blood, people who have a passion for the past and to preserving the past. So if there's anybody out there that really feels that inclination, by all means, even if you can't make a full-time commitment, just as a shadow person to support us in our special projects.
Okay.
It's really important, yeah.
Okay. So the museum is open now for the summer months, I assume?
Yes, it is. We've hired 3 students there. So Jennifer Green, Samantha Benoit, and Caitlin Marsden are sharing the workload out there. Caitlin also offers support to the summer program that the Burgeo Public Library and the Family Resource Center are having this summer. And then OceanNet also hired a student, Alicia Han, who is also working with the summer program as well. We've had quite a few visitors at the museum already. I do believe before we did get open, Dorham was out there quite a few times actually. When he would have guests come in town, he would go and open up the museum for them. And since we've been there open now since the first part of July, we're getting lots of visitors. And I think all our local residents should drop by the museum as well, because, you know, with new staff there, they have new ideas, and they're doing some wonderful things, and so there's like always something different going on there. So drop by and see what they're doing. Hope Ingram actually donated to the museum a most beautiful pink and black Afghan and pillow, and we're actually selling tickets for $1 each only, and we are hoping to give that away at the Burgeo Hometown Celebrations next weekend. But you can drop by the museum and see that.
Okay, very good. So if somebody wanted to donate items to the museum, how would they go about doing such a thing?
Well, they would get in touch with us, and we would look at that if we have, first and foremost, if it's a part of our theme, and then if it's not too big and don't take up too much floor space, because we're limited. Our problem right now, it's not necessarily a problem, but our dilemma, our challenge right now is to utilize our collection in such a way that it's still user-friendly, not too cluttered like somebody's old shed kind of thing, and it has to look professional, but yet you don't want people tripping up and things. So we're open to receiving collections that are in good rapport, not something that's dilapidated and busted up and that really ought to go to the dump, but something that's really in good condition. Primarily things from an era gone by, not rusty, something that was passed on from one generation to the next, that's in good rapport, and something that's probably still close to being functioning or functional.
And as significance in our area.
Absolutely,
You know,
yes.
it needs to have some history relating to it from someone in our area.
Yes.
You know, I think that's an important part of
Yes.
some of the things that we have. We're not exactly sure
Yeah.
what the history is, and so we're continually researching to
Yes.
find out, you know, even some of the stuff that we have today.
Yes.
And so I guess, though, she asked, like, how people might be in touch, and so, you know, the museum does have a phone number now, 886-2905, or, you know, you might call Dorham if he doesn't mind being called at the Haven, and he hasn't so far, so you could call him at 2544 or get in touch with one of the committee members, because usually people around Burgeo are resourceful as well, and contact one of the committee members, and we certainly discuss it. We do have a form that people would need to fill out and say, like one time the museum used to accept loaned items, but we were advised by, well, Dorham went to the course, and then when the people came in here as well from the association, they suggested to us that it was a best practice to be able to have things donated and signed rather than loaned, because things do deteriorate over time. And you know, if you brought in your grandmother's antique something on loan and 10 years later you decided you'd like to give that now to one of your daughters, and you come looking and it's not there or it's broken or something, then it's like, we're responsible for it, and you're very upset, and so we actually are working on new policies for the Burgeo Museum, and one of them is the fact that we can only have things that are actually signed over to us and donated.
Donated because of liability reasons and that, just as June just shared there, it's best that any of our collection would be owned by the museum. That way we can manage it more efficiently, more effectively.
Okay, very good. So is there anything else that you would like to add to this discussion tonight?
Well, you know, obviously we would like to thank everybody who contributed. Like, we didn't mention that we have a souvenir booklet. The town of Burgeo has actually provided us with some money to get a souvenir booklet printed, and there will be a small admission at the door when you arrive to go inside, and that will be $2, and you will get a copy of the souvenir booklet, and they would be available too after the event. They will be available for $2 each to anyone that wants to buy them. And we do want people to know that if they would like to take part in the overall weekend, that they can buy like a $20 pass and get an armband, and they could come and go as they please for the whole weekend. We're very happy that we're able to showcase all of our art and craft and displays. I think that, you know, it's a wonderful way to kick off the 14th annual Sand and Sea Festival, who are, you know, including a Come Home Year theme in their week-long of activities. And so hopefully, you know, the whole community is going to come together and have a grand time over those 10 days of celebration, and just get out and support each other.
Okay, very good.
And of course, anybody got any questions, find one of us and we'll do our best. And if anybody wants to volunteer, anybody wants to donate some baked goods, you know, for our canteen, you know, just chat us up.
Yeah, it's really a time of celebration, actually. To
Yeah.
celebrate who we are as Newfoundlanders and the arts and the music in us. And there's lots of good talent locally. And some of us up and gone, some of us coming back, but we still have a lot hidden that hangs out in the kitchens and in the back rooms of our community. So it's all good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting pretty excited now that it's so close. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Maxine.
Maxine.
This concludes our programming for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.